Capitol 2014 and testified on this subject. I've been in contact with Kevin Byer, with Federated Telephone many different times, as well as Lee Meyer from Runestone. Our dilemma over here in Herman is that largely the area around us is served by fiber. Frontier Communications is our phone exchange owner, provider, and has zero interest in even our phone exchange, much less upgrade. Difficult to work with, awful. Because of that strange combination of circumstances, we don't have any good wireless providers there, which includes Federated, but there's no people there. There's no reason for them to put any large money into even a wireless system that works decent. And so we have no, the people in Herman proper have some copper options there with Frontier, but anyone in the outlying area has none. We have no wireless. We do have Verizon, which has a good signal there, but a very under-equipped tower. So if you're lucky enough to get on there when that's not being used, you can utilize that. But as soon as people start to come onto the system, then anybody outlying is bumped off. So they lose their service speed for sure, and mostly service. Plus it's extremely expensive. So we have virtually no reliable options. I continue to pursue this because I think there's got to be some kind of some sort of option at some point in time, but it's bleak and it's extremely difficult to do anything without this, near impossible. Now, I've talked with Lee, as I said multiple times. There's interest on their part in helping us out over in Herman, but they need help. This is something that they can't. If I'm just being very frank, it's not a profitable venture unless they get some help, because there's so few people serving. And yet, I do feel that we're not unimportant people. We should have some sort of ability to compete and to even exist with the rest of the world. So, Jay, I went to see him a year and a half ago, as well as Tory Western, on this subject. And Jay did help in a big way in getting that first $20 million grant process underway. I'm extremely, I'll be vocal about this, extremely disappointed with Jeff Backer in this last session. So,
so on this, so the wireless option, that's one of the things that comes up often, that's the solution, to that we don't need to invest in the broadband because the technology is changing itself. We're going to be able to deal with it, through wireless options. But that doesn't seem to be working as an option in your area.
From what I see,
and maybe other people can comment.
From what I see here, and this is what as technology is increasing everywhere, the other end, customers or providers that I would want to deal with are trying to pump more and more stuff through their systems. And the more obsolete the other end is, my end is, the more impossible it is to get anything to happen. But that's what seems to be happening. I've talked to several people in our area that have jumped around with different providers trying to increase their speed because their kids can't get their homework. And everything is the same. They try different things. really tried, and it's the same everywhere. So it's obvious to me that the only way to deal with this is fiber at this point in time. And without that, I don't know how we. I've even thought about doing this myself. In fact, Runestone has said they would plow in. There's a cable, mile and 3/4 from me, but it would cost me $20,000 to get that. I'd probably spend 3 or 4, but 20 is just something I'm not.
We have had some people in the Herman area that are a little closer than 2 miles from our facilities who have paid us to construct.
And Lee, someone brought this up, just I think it was you, Donna, just a few minutes ago, about number of people in the rural area. And Lee and I talked about that. So I did a little exercise, and it's essentially one hookup per mile. So that 10,000 per mile, no matter how many people you get that would collaborate, still 10,000 a mile, because that's about what.
A 50